1. Introduction and the Good for Man. Nicomachean ethics, a cornerstone of Western ethical thought, stands as Aristotle's profound endeavor to comprehend the nature of human morality and the essence of a fulfilled life. At the heart of this exploration lies the fundamental question of the nature of the good that human beings continuously strive towards. Aristotle posits that every single human action, no matter how trivial or significant, is directed towards achieving some form of good. This understanding diverges from a simplistic pursuit of pleasure or material gains. It delves into the nuanced layers of human motivation. Aristotle astutely discerns between relative goods and the ultimate good. Relative goods are those commodities and states, like wealth or honor, that people often chase. But these pursuits are often means to an end, not the end itself. They are termed relative precisely because their value depends on the context and they serve as pathways to achieve other forms of good. However, the pinnacle of Aristotle's ethical construct is the concept of the ultimate good, Eudaimonia. This term, while often translated as happiness or flourishing, encapsulates much more. It isn't just a transient emotion or a fleeting state of contentment. Eudaimonia embodies the zenith of human potential. It's the manifestation of a person's best self, a state where both rational capacities and moral virtues are fully actualized. For Aristotle, achieving eudaimonia is not just about individualistic fulfillment, but it also resonates with contributing to the broader community and living in harmony with others. To understand Nicomachean ethics is to embark on a journey to understand the very purpose of human existence. Through his discourse on eudaimonia, Aristotle challenges us to not merely live, but to thrive, to transcend beyond the mundane and reach for the highest echelons of human potential and purpose. 2. Virtue of character and the golden mean. Aristotle's examination of virtue is both nuanced and profound, offering insights into the foundation of moral character. Within his discourse, he classifies virtues into two broad categories, intellectual and moral virtues. Intellectual virtues are primarily rooted in the realm of the mind and understanding. They emerge through guided instruction and deep contemplation, encapsulating skills like strategic thinking and philosophical wisdom. These virtues cater to the human capacity for reason and thought. On the other hand, moral virtues pertain more to character and behavior. Unlike intellectual virtues, they aren't innately ingrained or easily taught through direct instruction. Instead, they're cultivated over time through consistent practice and habituation. Aristotle firmly believed that humans aren't born inherently virtuous. It's through continuous actions, experiences, and reflections that these virtues become embedded in one's character. It's akin to the way a musician hones their skill. Repeated practice and continuous correction lead to mastery. Central to Aristotle's concept of virtue is the doctrine of the golden mean, a foundational principle suggesting that moral behavior is a balance between two extremes. In every virtue, there's a potential for its deficiency and its excess. Using the example of courage, recklessness represents an overabundance, while cowardice is its lack. True courage stands in the middle, steering clear from both these extremes. This balance is not a mere average but a harmonious equilibrium tailored to individual circumstances and capacities. This calibrated balance is not only the essence of virtuous living but is also pivotal in achieving eudaimonia, the ultimate human good. In essence, the golden mean is Aristotle's clarion call to moderation, urging individuals to navigate the complexities of life with balanced judgment and action. 3. The doctrine of the mean. Aristotle's doctrine of the mean stands as a sophisticated extension of the golden mean, encapsulating the nuanced nature of virtuous conduct. It isn't merely about identifying a midpoint between two opposing behaviors, it is about discerning the most appropriate action tailored to the specificities of each situation and individual. This doctrine underscores the fluidity and adaptability of virtue, positing that ethical behavior cannot be reduced to a one-size-fits-all formula. When discussing the mean, it's crucial to understand that Aristotle doesn't refer to a rigid midpoint or a mathematical median between two behavioral extremes. Instead, he champions the idea of a relative mean, which is contingent upon various factors. This means the same action can be virtuous for one individual in a specific context, but might be excessive or deficient for another in a different scenario. For instance, in the act of giving, what might be seen as generous for a wealthy individual could be deemed reckless or ostentatious, whereas the same act by someone of modest means might be seen as excessive sacrifice. The mean action, therefore, would differ for each based on their capacity and circumstances. Furthermore, this doctrine accentuates the depth of self-awareness and discernment required in ethical conduct. Since the mean varies among individuals, a deep understanding of one's character, strengths, and vulnerabilities becomes essential. This reflective insight ensures that actions align with the true essence of virtue rather than mere superficial adherence to societal norms. In essence, the doctrine of the mean is Aristotle's call for attunement to one's inner moral compass, urging individuals to navigate life with conscious intentionality. It challenges us to constantly recalibrate our actions in alignment with the ever-evolving tapestry of our lives, making the pursuit of virtue an intimately personal journey. 4. Intellectual virtue and practical wisdom. Aristotle's exploration of intellectual virtues illuminates the dual nature of human understanding and discernment. On one hand, we have the realm of theoretical wisdom, or Sophia, which is rooted in the pursuit of universal truths, knowledge, and the deep mysteries of existence. Sophia represents our quest for understanding the broader universe and the immutable laws governing it. This form of wisdom is akin to a scientist's endeavor, where the pursuit is for timeless principles, abstract concepts, and unchanging truths that provide a foundational understanding of the world. On the opposite end of the spectrum lies practical wisdom, termed as phronesis by Aristotle. This form of intellectual virtue is deeply embedded in the intricacies and unpredictabilities of daily human existence. Unlike Sophia, which seeks overarching truths, phronesis navigates the murky waters of real-life situations, dilemmas, and interpersonal relations. It's the art of making sound decisions, grounded in the moral virtues, tailored to specific circumstances. Phronesis is less about abstract reasoning and more about discerning the best course of action in a given situation. It encapsulates the ability to deliberate, judge, and decide in a manner that aligns with what's truly good and beneficial, not just for oneself, but also in the context of societal and interpersonal frameworks. This form of wisdom recognizes that life is not always black and white, it's a complex web of shades and nuances. Hence, while general principles and ethical guidelines are important, phronesis involves adapting these principles to suit individual scenarios, ensuring that actions taken resonate with both personal and collective well-being. In essence, while Sophia and phronesis might seem poles apart, they collectively represent the spectrum of human understanding. One seeks immutable truths, while the other thrives in the mutable realm of human interactions, making both indispensable in the holistic pursuit of wisdom and virtue. 5. Friendship. Within the vast landscape of Aristotle's ethical contemplations in the Nicomachean Ethics, his treatise on friendship, or philia, emerges as a poignant highlight. Aristotle's understanding of friendship doesn't just revolve around surface-level associations, but delves deep into the underlying motivations and qualities that bind individuals together. Starting with friendships of utility, these relationships are anchored in mutual benefit. The association between two individuals exists primarily because of some tangible or intangible gain, whether it's professional, social, or economic. Such friendships, while valuable, are contingent upon the utility they offer. Once the benefit diminishes or disappears, the foundation of the friendship can waver, making these relationships often transitory. Then come friendships rooted in pleasure. These are formed based on shared interests, hobbies, or mutual enjoyment. The binding factor here is the pleasure derived from the company of the other person. Such friendships can be passionate and intense, but they too have an element of ephemerality. As tastes change, interests evolve, or circumstances shift, the source of pleasure may wane, and with it, the relationship might fade. The pinnacle of Aristotle's classification is the friendship based on virtue. This form of relationship transcends mere utility or transient pleasure. Here, individuals appreciate and admire the intrinsic qualities and virtues in each other. The bond is not just about what one can gain or enjoy from the other, but about a deep-seated respect and mutual growth. Given the enduring nature of virtue, such friendships are also the most stable and long-lasting. They are built on mutual admiration of character and shared values, making them resilient to external changes. In essence, Aristotle's discourse on philia serves as a mirror, reflecting the multifaceted nature of human relationships. It encourages introspection, asking us to evaluate the foundations of our associations and aspire for those that are rooted in the timeless virtues of mutual respect, admiration, and genuine affection. 6. Pleasure. Aristotle's approach to pleasure in the Nicomachean Ethics is refreshingly nuanced, providing a balanced perspective that neither blindly glorifies nor unduly vilifies the experience of pleasure. Contrary to the ascetic views held by some philosophical traditions that often regard pleasure with suspicion or disdain, Aristotle acknowledges its inherent role in the human experience. Pleasure, in Aristotle's estimation, isn't an external add-on to life, but is intrinsically woven into the fabric of human existence. It accompanies our actions and can be seen as a natural consequence of activities we engage in. More importantly, he posits that pleasure is not merely a passive experience, but is actively interlinked with virtuous activity. When one acts in alignment with virtue, the resulting pleasure is not only justified but is a testament to the correctness of the action. However, Aristotle's endorsement of pleasure isn't indiscriminate. He draws a clear demarcation between different types of pleasures. While some pleasures emerge from noble, virtuous actions, others can emanate from base or ignoble activities. The latter, although enticing, are transient and might even be detrimental in the long run. On the other hand, pleasures derived from noble actions are not only more enduring but also elevate the soul. The crux of Aristotle's argument is that true happiness or eudaimonia isn't found in the blind pursuit of pleasure for its own sake. Instead, it's rooted in activities that resonate with virtue and moral goodness. When one engages in such activities, the resulting pleasure is both genuine and fulfilling. In essence, Aristotle's perspective on pleasure serves as a beacon, guiding individuals towards a path where pleasure isn't the sole aim but a delightful companion to a life lived in harmony with virtue and moral integrity. 7. The contemplative life. In the panoramic sweep of the Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle's exposition on the contemplative life, or theoria, stands as a crowning testament to his vision of the highest form of human flourishing. As the discourse evolves, Aristotle progresses from the realm of moral actions and interpersonal dynamics to the loftier domains of intellectual and spiritual pursuits. Throughout his work, while Aristotle underscores the importance of moral virtue and righteous actions as foundational to eudaimonia, he eventually elevates the intellectual realm to an even higher pedestal. The contemplative life is not merely about passive reflection, it is an active engagement with and pursuit of the highest truths, those universal principles and realities that govern the cosmos. For Aristotle, the act of contemplation is no ordinary intellectual exercise. It is a sublime activity that connects the human soul to the very essence of existence, bridging the gap between the mortal and the divine. In this state, the individual transcends the mundane concerns of everyday life, immersing themselves in the profound mysteries of the universe. This form of happiness derived from contemplation is unparalleled, as it is both enduring and self-sufficient. Unlike other forms of pleasure or happiness that might rely on external circumstances, the joy derived from intellectual contemplation is self-generated and self-sustained. Furthermore, the contemplative life aligns humans with their highest nature. As rational beings, our ultimate fulfillment, according to Aristotle, lies in the exercise of our intellectual faculties to their fullest potential. By engaging with the highest truths and aligning with the divine, individuals not only achieve personal fulfillment but also contribute to the greater good of society. In summary, the Nicomachean Ethics culminates with the idea that while moral virtues and societal engagements lay the groundwork for a good life, the pinnacle of human existence and the zenith of eudaimonia is found in the contemplative embrace of the eternal and the divine. 8. Conclusion. In Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle presents a comprehensive view of the good life, emphasizing the importance of virtue, balance, and intellectual contemplation. It is a guide to living well, highlighting the need for both moral and intellectual virtues. The work emphasizes that achieving eudaimonia is a personal journey, tailored to individual abilities and circumstances.